Hey everybody. I was I hope this didn't mess anything up because I was playing around. This is the first recording I've done where it's not actually a live thing. And then I've got to figure out how to put it on YouTube. So anyway, I'm doing this as a way to advertise upcoming watch alongs and I don't have my green screen up, so please forgive the little artifacting there around my head and stuff like that as I move. However, this is going to be real quick. This is just going to be an advertisement for the upcoming watch alongs for August 12th and 13th. I talked to the people that were in my live stream last night and asked what would they think of me like putting like a little teaser out for um, the upcoming watch alongs. And most of the people seem to, or, nobody said that they didn't like that idea. Um, but several people said that they would like that. So I decided to start trying to do this and we'll just see how this goes. So the first one, and it is so dang hot back here. So sorry for complaining about that again. But it's just so hot. Especially back in this room. I am really going to have to get a fan back here because when I get the new jacket that I'm going to wear, it's just going to be unbearable probably. Um, Actually, I think I'm going to have to take the hat off because I'm getting way too. I try to wear the hat as much as I can because it's part of my brand now and people kind of expect the hat. But yeah, sometimes it gets to be too much. So I've been on here rambling for a couple of minutes now. So let's get to the task at hand here, shall we? So anyway, we're going to add this first one to the stream. Of course, I did have a VHS of this. I don't know where the heck my VHS is now, but I would show it off. But that's not what I'm going to be using to watch this by anyway. More than likely, I'm going to be watching this on YouTube because basically, if you don't have a VHS or a VHS that you've transferred over to disc for your own use, you're probably not going to have any other copy of this to watch other than YouTube. Okay. Because there hasn't been any DVD release, no proper DVD release, no proper Blu-ray release or anything like that. This movie was directed by Don Edmonds, who Don Edmonds wasn't too proud of this movie, honestly. I don't think Don Edmonds wanted to talk about this movie. But he did direct it. He's probably more well known for some of his other exploitation type films and not Terror on Tour, because the majority of people say they hate Terror on Tour. Okay. So I think I'm in the minority. I'm almost sure I'm in the minority on those people that like Terror on Tour. I don't know if there's anybody else on the planet that likes Terror on Tour, to be honest. I'm just a weirdo that does. So, this is the watch along for Saturday, August 12th. And I'm still trying to get some people from the movie, primarily some of the guys that were in the band. They were an actual real band called The Names. They did not do music like the Clowns music, which is the band they play in Terror on Tour. But they did all the music and stuff like that for this. And I think originally they were going to have the Names actually just do the music, but they were going to have some other people play the band. But then they thought, what the heck? We'll just put the names in there and they can be the clowns. Okay. Um, so a lot of people don't like the music in it. I think it's decent, you know. Not anything really to write home about. I think the names, actual music that they did for their own band, as opposed to what they did for this movie, is a lot better. But beggars can't be choosers, right? They were supposed to be this kind of, I guess, like a cross between Kiss and Alice Cooper and maybe somebody else, um, that did like antics on stage, like, you know, appearing to cut up women on stage and stabbing women on stage during their shows. Okay. So, I'm trying to get Dave Galuzzo, who played Cherry. I have not heard anything back from him just yet, but there's still time because, we got a whole other week before we do this. Larry Thomas, who played their manager and is also known as the Soup Nazi on Seinfeld, um, I think he would have liked to been live on the stream with me. However, he needs to be at a party that night where he is the he's the main event or the master of ceremonies or whatever you want to call him. And it wouldn't do for him to be, he needs to be at this party. So, and then I think he's going out of town like for a couple weeks after that. So I told him, even though he couldn't be on the watch alongs for Terror on Tour with me, he was welcome, if he had some time in his schedule after he comes back from his vacation or whatever in 2 weeks, then I'd love to have him on. Somebody else that I think Chip Greenman, I think. I'm probably Chip. If you're watching this, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name or got it totally wrong. But Chip actually was the drummer, and I'm assuming he was the drummer in the names, but he was also the drummer for the Clowns in Terror on Tour. So I don't know how that's going to work out because the last time Chip uh, put anything on my videos, this was when I had my old channel. And I did one of the great horror film debate videos that I didn't do live streams back then because people didn't really do live streams per se back then when I had my old channel. So I did a video and put it on YouTube called The Great Horror Film Debate. And I would talk about movies. I did this a few times. I would talk about movies that it seemed like I was literally the only one on the planet that liked them. So I talked about Terror on Tour and talked about how much I liked it and how much fun it was to me. And Chip messaged under my video and he said, "Hey, I was the drummer um, in the movie, and thank you for the nice words and all that." And so hopefully I can get back in touch with him because I would love to have him on too. And also, the guy that played Henry, Rich Pembroke, I think I found him on Facebook. Sure as heck looks like him. I mean, he didn't have anything on his Facebook about being in Terror on Tour, but maybe he doesn't want anybody to know he was in that. He doesn't have anything on his Facebook about the names, but he certainly looks like the same guy, only older, a little bit older. And so I just, took a chance and messaged him. I said, "If you're not that Rich Pembroke, I'm sorry for the intrusion. But if you are that guy, I really loved your work in Terror on Tour. And, if you want to come in live on the stream for this watch along, then you're welcome to." I may go ahead and send Dave and Rich the StreamYard link when I get things set up for as far as promotion for it. And that way, excuse me, they'll have a few more days to think about it. So that's one that I'm planning on doing. The basic story of Terror on Tour, in case you don't know and you care to know, is there's a band called the Clowns, and they dress up very much like this poster we're looking at here, with the wigs and the makeup and the kind of weird kind of clown type of costumes. And so they kind of fall under suspicion because somebody is dressing like them and killing off groupies and stuff like that, right? So, yeah, I'm going to admit to you guys and gals that watch this video, wondering, if you haven't heard me read off the list of watch alongs on my live streams, then you may be wondering, well, what in the heck is this movie about? I don't know anything about it. But I will tell you, the women in it are just completely horrible. I think the guys that make up the band, the names, who play the clowns in the movie, do a very good job compared with the women in it. I mean, the women are just absolutely horrible. And you will certainly notice that if you are here for the watch along. Um, Now, uh, also, um, I'm not really able to add anything in the chat because this is not a live stream, but I will be sure to give you guys and gals a link to watch Terror on Tour. Because, like I said, if we don't watch it on YouTube, unless you have a VHS copy around and a working VCR, you're not going to be watching it that way. Or if you have a DVD that's been ripped from the VHS, you could watch it that way. But honestly, as much as people dislike this movie, I don't expect anybody to have that. Okay. And of course, there hasn't been an official, legit DVD release or Blu ray release or anything like that. I'm hoping that's forthcoming. Maybe if I could get some of the guys from the band and the movie on here live, maybe I can ask them. Okay. Can't ask poor Don Edmonds anything because sadly Don Edmonds has passed away. So, and truth be told, if he was still living, he probably wouldn't come on a live stream talking about this movie anyway. Because I really don't think he was fond of it. Okay. So, that's Terror on Tour. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second and kind of close some stuff out. So the next movie you guys and gals are probably going to enjoy more. I mean, I'm not saying that people won't enjoy Terror on Tour, because they might. It might get a renewed interest in this movie. So here's the next movie that we're going to be doing. This is a Cameron Crowe directed film, Almost Famous. There is the famous shot from the poster and all that with Kate Hudson with her sunglasses on. It says Almost Famous in there. And this is one of those seminal, I've said this before, I'll say it again. What many people refer to as one of the greatest rock movies ever made, or one of the greatest music movies ever made, or maybe a little bit of both. So Cameron Crowe did an excellent job, in my opinion, with this movie. It's been a few years since this movie came out. I recently, let me, that thing is kind of the green screen background is kind of playing havoc with this, but this is my 4K that I got in not very long ago. Let me go back to that there. Joe Siegel of Good Morning America said this was the best rock and roll movie ever. I like a lot of different music and or rock movies. This one came out in 2000, guys and gals. So this movie's 23 years old now. It's just blows my mind that it's already that been that long since this movie came out. Um, so this is kind of loosely based on Cameron Crowe's um, getting involved with Rolling Stone. I don't think he got involved as being a writer with Rolling Stone in the same way that William does in the movie, because I think Rolling Stone knew how old Cameron Crowe was. He was very young when he was writing for them. But I think they were quite aware of how old he was. In this movie, Rolling Stone does not know that William is as young as he is until towards the end of the movie. Okay. Um, this has Kate Hudson's in this. Um, Billy Crudup plays the guitarist in the band Stillwater. There is just some amazingly um, fantastic music in this, both from the band Stillwater and other bands that are featured in the film. So you've also got Jason Lee in this. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Steve's gotten up or what, but anyway, I'm going to continue with this recording. I'm going to try to continue with this recording. Reggie, what are you doing in here? But anyway, I don't know how he got in here. Unless Steve let him in here. But anyway, back to the movie. Something's always going on in here. So anyway, back to what Almost Famous is about, just in case you haven't seen it. Sorry for all the interruptions. Every time I turn around, there's something going on around here. So Almost Famous is the semi-autobiographical odyssey of 15-year-old William Miller, played by Patrick Fugit, whose writing talent and earnest passion for rock music earns him an assignment writing for Rolling Stone. I'm doing a recording, Steve.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You paused it?
No, I didn't pause it. I don't know what's going to happen if I pause one of these recordings. This is the first time I've done one of these. Anyway, sorry again for the disruption, guys. So he's going to be interviewing and touring with Stillwater. So when he actually goes out on the road with Stillwater, that's kind of when the fun begins. But great movie. I'm really looking forward to doing a watch along for this. I'm really looking forward to doing a watch along for Terror on Tour as well, believe it or not. And Kate Hudson, by the way, plays Penny Lane in the movie. They have her listed as a young groupie, but she makes it plain that she and her cohorts are not groupies, that they're band-aids. But we do see her and the other girls acting, in a way that we would assume groupies would act, because when William first meets Penny Lane, she says, uh, we're not groupies, we're band-aids. We don't sleep with rock stars to try to get famous. We inspire the music. We're band-aids, right? But then later on, even after she said that, we see the girls, in various stages of undress, being with the guys in the band. But that doesn't, like me personally, that did not deter me from liking the characters in this. I just wanted to make that plain for anybody that hasn't seen this movie. Okay. Um, so I'm thinking too, because there are two different cuts of the film. There's a theatrical cut and there's a bootleg cut. Okay. I'm thinking we're going to go with the bootleg cut on this one. So I don't know how many of you guys own a copy of Almost Famous. I would be willing to bet quite a few of you do, but I'm not just going to assume that all of you do. So I'm going to try to find an alternate route as far as watching it in case you guys don't have your own copy. And I'll try to make sure that the version I find is the bootleg cut because I seriously expect that that's the route we're going to go with this is the bootleg cut. So, yeah, I think that's all I got to say about the two movies that will be upcoming um, for the upcoming watch alongs this coming Saturday and Sunday, August 12th and 13th. So be sure to tune in for both of those or one of those or what, or you can always watch them on the replay if you don't get the chance to come in live on the stream because they should still be on YouTube and you can partake of them then at your leisure. Um, so again, I'm going to see how this recording jobby goes, and hopefully it does okay. Hopefully I can get it up on YouTube um, and all of that. So uh, I guess that's all until tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time for the Salem's Lot watch along. This will be part 2. So until then, I'm going to skedaddle on out of here for now, and I will see everyone on the flip side. Hope to see you guys tonight. Bye for now.